Here in America, in every single state, they have a set of standards for every subject, a collection of lessons that the teacher is required to teach by the end of the term. But the greatest lessons you will ever teach us will not come from your syllabus. When I was your age, it's a common starter for adults trying to relate to youth. When I was your age, we didn't have the internet. When I was your age, we had to walk to school every day. When I was your age, kids respected adults. As my parents like to remind me, all of these things are true. However, when I was my age, I was worried about what was in my classmates' book bags at school. When I was my age, I got looked up and down by complete strangers while I was shopping. When I was my age, I used the internet for researching how to combat my cyberbullies. Today is simply not the day of yesteryear. The modern world around us has shaped into a new beast with sharper teeth and an omnipresent stare. Walk with me as we navigate the realities faced by me and my peers on a daily basis through the poems Somewhere in America by Melissa Escobedo, Brianna McGavin, and Zariah Allen. Explaining My Depression to My Mother, a Conversation by Sabrina Benhaim. This is for Parkland Shooting Victims by Kai Foster. And Dress Code by Laura De Sousa. Every Which Way. Be Alert, a teenage poetry program. Mom, my depression is a shapeshifter. One day it's as small as a firefly in the palm of a bear. The next day it's the bear. On those days they play dead until the bear leaves me alone. I call the bad days the dark days. I'm not afraid of the dark. Perhaps that's part of the problem. Warning, trigger warning. There has been yet another mass shooting on U.S. soil. We've experienced blank school shootings. It is only the blank day of 2018. And why do I say blank, you may ask? Because it's easier to leave the day blank before the next shooting. But he didn't leave blanks. He left kids dead and hurting. And now, somewhere in America, a child is holding a copy of The Catcher in the Rye, and there's a child holding a gun. But only one of these things has been banned by their state government. It's not the one that can rip through flesh. It's the one that says F you on more pages than one. It's first period. And my male administrator tells me that I need to change. Because they're worried if I raise my hand too high, they might see some of my midriff. And that could be a distraction. Second period. I remember the first time I was catcalled. I was 12 years old in my forest green school uniform walking the block back to my aunt's apartment when a man told me the things that he would do to my body. My 12-year-old body that I was still struggling to feel comfortable in. And now, somewhere in America, a girl is getting felt up by a grown man on the subway. She is still in her school uniform, and that's part of the appeal. It's hard to run a knee sock to Mary Jane's, and all her male teachers know it too. Girls black out drunk at the after party. Take a picture before her wounds wake her. Mom says, I thought the problem was that you can't get out of bed. I can't. My anxiety holds me hostage inside of my head, inside of my house. Mom says, where did anxiety come from? Anxiety is a cousin visiting from out of town that depression felt obligated to invite to the party. Mom, I am the party. Only I'm a party I don't want to be at, Mom says. Why don't you try going to actual parties? Go see your friends. I mean, sure, I make plans. I make plans, but I don't want to go. I make plans because I know I should want to go. I know sometime I would have wanted to go. It's just not that fun having fun when you don't want to have fun, Mom. Somewhere in America, private school girls should do hours through boutiques, trying to find the prom dress of their dreams, while kids on the south side are spending hours searching through the lost and found. Because winter's coming soon, that's the only jacket they have. Kids are in class for working the midnight shift. They give awards for best attendance, but not for keeping your family off the streets. Third period. I'm still sitting in the office, and the balding man asks me if I could call a parent to bring me a change of clothes. The same parents that have to work weekends just to make a living. It's like he's forgotten that I need my education just to make my 81 cents to his dollar. Mom says, you are so good at making something out of nothing. And then she flat out asks me if I'm afraid of dying. No, Mom. I'm afraid of living. Mom, I am lonely. I think I learned that when Dad left, how to turn the anger into lonely and the lonely into busy. So when I say I've been super busy lately, I mean I've been sitting on the couch watching SportsCenter to avoid confronting the empty side of my bed somewhere in America. Coaches cover up star players raping freshmen after the dance. Women are killed for rejecting dates, but God forbid I bring my girlfriend to prom. Maya Angelou is prohibited because we are not allowed to talk about rape in schools. We are taught that just because something happens does not mean you are to talk about it. Fourth period. I remember freshman year, our female administrators told the girls in our class that we need to cover up because the boys can't control themselves. And if something were to happen to us, we would be asking for it. I found out later that no one told the boys to just keep their hands to themselves somewhere in America. Schools are promoting self-confidence while they whip out their scales and shout at your body fat percentage in class, while the heftier girls are hiding away. The slim fit beauties come and giggle with pride. Living in the U.S. is knowing we're averaging one school shooting every 63 hours. As a nation, we recoil into the next round to shoot our kids in the backs. And now we have Kevlar inserted into our backpacks. People say our small town out of nowhere is safe. But so is Parkland, and Newtown, and Columbine. And now, somewhere in America, a child is sitting on his mother's computer, reading the home page to the KKK's website, and that is still open to the public. But that same child will never have read To Kill a Mockingbird, because it's school banned for its use of the N-word. Mom says, happiness is a decision. But my happy is a pinpricked egg. My happy is a high fever that will break. Mom still doesn't understand. Mom, can't you see that neither can I? The final bell and the rape culture announcement makes its way onto the intercom. Remember, students, the boys will open your bodies like books. We have given them permission to read, even when the only word printed is no. So, what did you learn in class today? Don't walk fast, don't speak loud. Keep your hands to yourself, keep your head down. If you don't know the answer, fill in C. A teacher never fails. Only you do.